Howdy guys, and welcome to my first Advanced Tactics for TradeSkillMaster video. This is part of a series of TradeSkillMaster guide videos, and I'm just going to go over a few things that I wanted to mention, but were a little bit too complicated for a basic here's how it works guide, but are still very interesting to know. I'm sure there's a lot of other ways to use TradeSkillMaster, and I might feature them in future videos, but these are just the ones that came to mind while I was making the videos that I wanted to be sure that I got in. The first one I want to talk about is using crafting to create auctioning groups. So now keep in mind you don't need to know how to do this in order to use TradeSkillMaster. It's just kind of one of the more advanced measures. So as you may remember, Fate is my blacksmith. So we go to TSM, and we're going to go into Blacksmithing for crafting. And now, as you can see, I've still got everything enabled here. I'm going to assume you have the basics idea of what everything is, since you probably watched the other videos and might have even used TradeSkillMaster for a while. So once you've got some stuff enabled, you can use this Create Auctioning Groups button here. And so I choose all in individual groups. The reason you choose all in individual groups is that's going to allow you to create a category level pricing for every item that you sell. So how to add crafts to auctioning, all in individual groups. Category to put these in. Let's put them in blacksmithing crafted gear, because there's nothing in that because I just deleted all these groups from it. So only include enabled crafts because I don't need a group for all this stuff I'll never make. And if you're pulling stuff out of some groups into others, you can hit include crafts already in group and add crafted items from this auctioning group. And now I can do that with every single one. I would once again choose blacksmithing, all in individual groups, add crafted items, blacksmithing, all in individual groups, add items. So basically what that has now done is it's added those particular items all to their very own group, all with the name of the item. So Masterwork Spirit Guard Breastplate is in the group with the same name, and they're all under blacksmithing crafted gear. So what that means now is I don't have to ever touch this again. I can just go to the top level, the category, and set settings that are just for that. So any settings I set here in the group level will apply to everything in the group. The reason I wanted everything in its own personal little group is so that I can do percentage of crafting cost. So I'll have my price threshold to 110% of crafting cost and my fallback to 400% of crafting cost, which means now anything that I put into that group falls under these settings and will have a threshold of 110% of whatever the crafting cost is of these items, regardless of if it's different or not. Each one will have its own setting. And fallback price of 4 times the crafting cost. Or 400%. I'm not good at math. But that is one of my favorite ways to create auctioning groups. That's why I have so many. And it works out incredibly well. I learned that on the Consortium forums, which is an amazing place to learn about gold making, and there's also a TradeSkillMaster forum there. There's also lots of TradeSkillMaster information at TradeSkillMaster.com. So that's how to create auctioning groups using crafting. And the next thing we're going to cover is syncing your crafting costs between 2 accounts. Alright, so I've got my second account up. It's a little bit hard for me to record 2 accounts at once, so I hope everything is visible and stuff. I'm sorry if it's not. Anyways, I'm still going to go through all the steps. So in order to do this, basically I have one character, which is Liquidate here, and she sells everything that my other characters create. But since she doesn't have the professions, she can't really figure out what the crafting cost was for pricing purposes. So instead what I do is I go on the character that crafts. So for this example, I'd be sending over blacksmithing and engineering data. And I go into TSM by typing /TSM, hit crafting, price and inventory settings, and scroll down to the bottom here. And now you need to do this on both accounts. So get over here, price and inventory settings. Okay, now this will pretty much walk you through it, especially if you mouse over it, but let's go ahead and do this. So step 1 on the banking account. So I go over here and I type in the character that I'm receiving the information from. So that would be Fade. Now I come over here, and be sure to press enter, by the way. Now I come over here and I type in the character that I'm sending the data to, and I press enter and I hit send crafting cost. You'll get some little information here about how much data you're sending, and you'll also get a hey it worked alert once it finishes. Doesn't usually take this long. There we go. Okay, so it's sending data to liquidate complete, and then over on liquidate it says successfully got all of that crafting data from Fade. So now that's how you can move crafting data from the character that crafted the items to the character that's going to sell them if they're on separate accounts. So those are the two advanced things that I'm going to get into this time. If you have a question about something, or if you want to see an easy way to do something, feel free to ask it in the comments. I might do more advanced TradeSkillMaster tactics videos in the future. However, that's the only things that really came up as, hey, I need to show them how to do that because that's awesome. So thanks so much for hanging out. Thanks for watching the TradeSkillMaster videos. If they helped you, please like and subscribe. And thank you to the entire TradeSkillMaster team for making such an amazing auction house add-on. Have a great day, guys.